Hey, Bart Miller here with Cycling Strong. So today we're going to talk about a 60-mile bike ride up to a 100-mile bike ride. Now, I've done another video that's on a 20-mile bike ride. I also did one that went from 40 basically to 50 miles or right through there. So if this isn't the video for you, check out one of those others. It'll help you out. Now, you're going to see similarities amongst all these videos. So keep that in mind. A lot of times it's just adding more product to what you're doing, but you're using the exact same type of things to accomplish that goal. So when I'm doing, I'm going to mainly talk about a 100-miler because you're most probably going to do a century, and from 60 to 100 there's not a lot of difference. So but we're going to, everything I'm telling you in the 100 miles is going to work for you on the 60. Exactly the same. Okay? So the first thing to think about is when you get up in the morning, I always get up 2 hours before my bike ride. That is a must. Okay? The biggest thing you got to do is you've got to get some food in your body that 2 hours out. Now, I do a whole bunch of things the day before to get myself ready for that morning. We're not going to go through that in this video. I'm assuming you're not doing a major race. This is just testing for you. If you are doing a major race and you have questions, please ask me. Glad to help you. Now, let's get on to it. So first thing I do, I get up. I get some food in my body. One of the first things I take is some sort of protein within 20 minutes. I use soy in the morning, and then I use a soy protein in the morning, and then I use like a whey protein in the evenings 20 minutes before I go to bed. So when I first get up, I'll put this in my body. And then what I do is I've already gone to Scratch Labs. I've looked up a recipe that I want out of one of their books, and I'm going to be ready to cook one of those, or already have it pre-made to be able to get in my body the 2 hours out before that. Now, also at 2 hours out, I take some sort of caffeine, either like a product like this, which is called Hypershock. It's a weightlifting product, or I use a 5-Hour Energy, or I'm using different things. For the most part, though, this is the product I really like and has worked really well for me. So that's what I go to. Then what I do is I make sure I get all my different vitamins and things that I normally take every single day in my body. So I'm getting all these different products that I take. This is the one I'm going to do an interview with Cameron Hoffman. He created this product. I take it consistently every day. This has made a huge, if there's one product every day to take, it's this product I've been taking. And it's Endurance 360. You can find Cameron Hoffman, Google that. But I just want to put a really cool plug into this product because it really, really does work every day. So I take those, I get them in my body. Once they're in my body, then I turn around and I've got the caffeine in my body. I start to mentally prepare myself. I make sure I've gone through and I've got everything I need from my arm warmers to all the gear. I've been outside, I've looked at that. Now, we're not talking about gear, but I just want to make sure you're mentally, that's what I do for that 2 hours, is go through that stuff. Then what I do is I get my bottles ready. Once again, I always put ice in my bottles because I like to keep my core temperature as cool as I possibly can. If I'm riding like a really cold day, obviously I'm not going to put ice in my bottles. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So use our common sense there. Now, I think I said this, but if I didn't, this is the type of ride you've got to have support, or you've got to have stops planned to be able to get your hydration or your food. That's why in races they have feed zones, things to that nature. So don't go out on this ride not prepared to be able to have other people out there or money along the ride to be able to buy the things that you're going to need. So what I would do is I would have, me personally, if I'm in a race situation, 100 miles on my road bike or 206 miles, I'm going to start with 2 bottles. And I'm going to use something like this right here, Carbosport, okay? Carbosport, or I'm going to use a Perpetuum product that Hammer has. They have it in multiple different ways you can use it, or I'm going to use Carbo Rocket, or I'm going to use something like that. The reason I'm going to use that for me is because when I get on those big races and I get tired, I start not wanting to eat, but I will drink. So it's just the way my body works. Some people that doesn't work so well for them. So what other people do is, so if you go the race way that I'm going, then all I would do is I would have 8 of these in my back pocket, and I would have my bottles filled with the Carbosport in it, and I would be ready to roll. There's nothing else I need on my bike, period. That's it. So then I know exactly how many hours it's going to take me to have these bottles down in my mixing ratio to my body weight, And so I would be ready for water or a switch out of these bottles at that feed station that I desire. Now, some feed stations you can just get water and you have to pack all your other nutrition. So this product comes in this type of packet. You would instantly have a bunch of these in your back pocket, and you would put those in the water as you filled your water bottle up. So then you'd be good to go. This is all the food you need to carry. So that takes care of that. So that's race day. Now, if I'm not racing that way, I know that works for me. So I've tested that. I did that on a pre-ride. You need to do the same. But what I normally do, if I'm just going on a ride with my buddies and we're doing a century, I use this, 2 water bottles. I use a product like Scratch for my hydration. I put that in my bottle, and then I turn around and I start to cook different things from their cookbooks. They have all these really, really cool, healthy, I don't know about healthy, but they're all healthy, all really good foods that you have in here. And I cook those up. I have them I wrap them all up, and I use these on the bike. They're awesome. Works really well. Gives me all my food naturally, and it works really good on your stomach. I feel great at the end of the ride. But I'm not that I'm not pushing hard. It's just I can pack everything this way. I have the rest of the snacks that I need in the vehicle or at the support stops that I'm going to be at, and I go that direction. Now, another way you can do it is the exact same way. We use the 2 bottles. We use the product like this in our bottle, and then we turn around and we will use GU products. So we use this, Chomps. They have a product called Roctane, which is the same thing as this product right here. So you could use their Roctane. I like it also. You can pop one of these in, and this gives you your nutrition. And then what they'll do is they'll carry bars like this. So instead of having natural food, they have pre-made food that they pack in their back pocket, and you'll eat that with the hydration. Now, on that long a ride, you also need to make sure that you have some sort of salt tablets or electrolytes or something like that. So products that you're going to want to pack with you, and all of a sudden this wasp is coming to visit me. I'm not sure what I did with my pill bottle. So what I do is I carry a pill bottle. Other people, they carry plastic little bags. They staple them together, and they put all the different pills that they want in these plastic bags. They break them off, and then they get the stuff out of there. I prefer to have it all in a pill bottle. Sometimes if it's a huge ride, I even have 2 of these made up so that I can grab the other one and I put it in my bag. So this fits right in the back of my jersey. I pull it out. I know if I start on one end and I go all the way through, that's an hour on every one of these products that I do. So products that I carry in there, I've carried Sport Legs before. Anti-fatigue caps are really good. But right now I'm using a product called S-Caps. I love this product. Ultra endurance runners use it, all that kind of stuff. This is the one I'm using right now. One thing though that if you're not doing is you want to make sure that you're doing some sort of race day boost or something before you go out on that century, right? So make sure you're doing pre-stuff before you ever get out. It's a whole other video, but it is critical that you're doing that kind of stuff. So just a real quick recap of what we've talked about. Make sure you got a pill bottle or something like this with all the things that you need as far as Sport Legs so you don't get cramping in your legs, and make sure you're getting the hydration stuff figured out. If you're going to use, the first method was you use a product just in your bottles like a Carbosport, Roctane, something like that. The next thing you do is you use all natural. So you put stuff in your bottle and then you use like a Scratch Labs cookbook. You cook it all up, you have all natural food. Third way is you take your bottles, you have something in your bottles, and then you turn around and you use different types of bars, candy bars, and you use awesome GU products like this, okay? So those are the 3 ways to do that. I hope that makes sense. Make sure you understand how much you need for your body, because if you're using too much, it doesn't work well for you and you will get a stomach ache. And if you're not using enough, you're gonna bonk and you're gonna have a problem. Make sure you understand what you're mentally capable of doing. I know in a race situation, I know there's people out there that can eat on the bike, they can do everything. They do great on a race situation. I don't. That's why I've switched to using products and getting all my nutrition through my liquids, okay? The other thing to keep in mind is when you are finished with this ride, make sure you're using some sort of recovery product. I've used everything from this type of product to Recover-Rite. The one that I've always stayed loyal to and that's worked the best for me is Recover-Rite. I'm going to try some goo products that have some recovery stuff. I've been reading on them and they look pretty awesome too. So that's something I'm going to be giving a go, and be doing some reviews on different types of stuff that way. If you have any questions on your Sentry or what you should be doing, or you've got different hills in it or you need some help, please ask below. Be glad to look at what you're trying to do and see if I can't help you out. If you're trying to look for a 20-minute video or a 20-mile ride or a 40-mile ride, check out my other videos. This is not the video to be doing that on. But if you're going on a 100-miler, your first Sentry, relax. Even if you're using peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, it will work. Another thing that works extremely well is cook up you a bunch of fresh red potatoes. Butter them, salt them, put them in your bags, and just eat those potatoes with all that salt on them at your stops. They are absolutely amazing. And so that's the things I do. Make sure that you're hydrating right. Make sure you've got your hydration figured out. Make sure you have stops along the way. Calculate that out, how long you're going to be there, and have an amazing ride. Do a video of your first Sentry. Put it down below. Tell us how it went. Hope you keep cycling strong and have a lot of fun. See you later.